Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to welcome you back for another reading, no matter what time of day it is or what day you found this message. I am super grateful that you are here. Guys, today's date is Monday, May 12th of 2025. So you might be seeing the numbers 1225, 1111, 222, 2512, or any combination of numbers associated with today's date in your energy. 11:35 on the clock now as we begin today's message. So definitely check those numbers out in the gematria and angel number meanings associated with today's message. Guys, I am going to jump right in. I have to say, this weather in Michigan has been beautiful. We are in the middle of a heat wave here, and like today, I think it's going to be like 80 degrees or in the 80s. So Mother's Day, which was Sunday, I was sitting out on the deck at my person's house and just getting pampered, drinking Mother's Day cocktails and eating brunch. And I just sat in the sun all day and got super tanned. Like, I looked like I left the country. That's how tanned I got from just sitting in the sun. It was amazing. So something here about self-care, taking time to ground out, that felt so good. I didn't even realize that I had been, really just kind of very active without taking pauses. And by active, I don't necessarily mean like physically active, because with my work, I'm more likely to be seated, okay, because of the kind of work that I do and just working with others and, coaching and things like this. So it wasn't even about physically being tired. It had to do with being mentally exhausted. And sometimes we can get to this space, guys, and we don't even know we're there. We're so busy doing, we're so busy being, we're so busy handling things that we look up and a lot of time has passed and we notice that our bodies are having some sort of response to not having a moment to connect, to reflect, to process. And it's so interesting that I felt inspired to share that with you guys this morning, because it really flows into today's download. I posted a message on Mother's Day, wishing everyone who's in that mothering energy, whether you have children or not, happy Mother's Day to you. And I'll state that again, happy Mother's Day to all of you. But I posted some numbers on that post, and if you haven't seen it, it's just like one of my shorts. You can go and into the other videos and find my shorts, and you'll see that I've posted that. It's on TikTok as well. And I need to make sure to give you guys the link for the TikTok, which I believe is actually at Ora-gen. So at capital ORA hyphen GEN underscore lowercase LIGHTWORKER. So it's Ora-gen at Ora-gen underscore lightworker. Okay. And what I'll do is put that in the description so you guys can go over there and support. I'm just now building it. It's okay. We're just getting going, but we're building family and collective members over on TikTok as well. But besides the point, I had posted, because it was just glorious, just sitting in the sun all day. Like, I'm talking hours, guys. I never got up and went in. I just stayed in the sun. And finally, by the time I went in, it was like basically the evening. And I just felt so refreshed. So something here about self-care and being mindful of when it's time to take a break, mentally, physically, whatever ways you need a break, and not just kind of pushing past it because there's things to do. Another important aspect of this is that if we do that, it actually begins to affect our frequency and our vibration. So we might feel like, oh, okay, well, I have the energy, it's fine. And it might be fine from a physical energy standpoint. But if we start to notice our vibration shifting because we start to feel overwhelmed or taxed emotionally, mentally, energetically, this will affect our mood and our ability to be able to process things. So this is like super important, guys, that we are mindful of our bodies, mind, and spirit. All of these need to be cared for. We are whole beings. Now, in relation to today's download, this one has to do with someone in the collectives who needs to be more balanced in the way that they're helping. Okay? So it's just really interesting that everything kind of flows together per usual. But shout out to a viewer maybe in Middlefield, Michigan or Middleville, Michigan. Also, we have a Middlefield or Middleville in Ohio. So we either have a viewer here in Michigan or Ohio that lives in Middleville or Middlefield, because I heard that specifically in relation to today's energy. So definitely everyone can take something from the message today. Okay, guys, this is not to exclude anyone, but definitely we have some specific viewers here or a viewer that has kind of like put out an energetic SOS signal. So I am definitely responding to that as well today. So big shout out to all the subscribers though. Take something from this message today. Each one of us can, because super important that we're balanced in our energies and the way that we assist as collective members, because we can forget that we also have our limits as well. So somebody was helping out, looks like, in the download from what I could see, with a community or a group of some kind, because I saw them working with like donations or contributions of some kind. And this was a masculine energy. So once again, this could be any gender that identifies with their masculine energy or really works out of their masculine energy. So it could be a male or female, or someone who identifies as male or female that primarily functions out of their masculine energy. And I saw them using their own money to fill in for a donation or a payment. So evidently somebody had made a promise to donate a certain amount of money or something. And this masculine, instead of, because they had just gotten off the phone with the person that had made the promise, instead of asking them on the spot, okay, great, when do you want to make the donation? When do you want to make the payment? They just got off the phone and then went into their own wallet and pulled money out and put it into the donation space. Upon doing this, somebody witnessed, I think it was a feminine energy, or the viewer witnessed them doing this and asked them why they were doing that. And the masculine became irritated. Like, don't question me. I'm doing this because whatever excuse they gave, it's easier for me to do it, or I can just do it. It's fine. I can pay it and then I'll reimburse myself when they pay. It was some reason why they were wanting to like do it themselves, but it really wasn't logical. It was more emotional. And so the masculine, in another instance in this download, became irritated with something else that they were doing. And once again, they were questioned, why are you doing that? You don't have to do that. And they became irritated and gave a really strong verbal response for why they felt the need to step into this area and give of their own resources, when it wasn't even a situation like that had to be paid. It was a donation-based or contribution-based situation. So there's something here about this masculine with validation or feeling like they have to take on the world, like I have to do this. If I don't do this, it's not going to get done. That was the energy I got from the masculine's response. I'm sure they gave a full response in the download, but sometimes I remember all the details of exactly what is said. And other times I remember like the general energy of it. And in this case, the general energy was like this urgency to like get it done, or I have to do it or else it's not going to get done. And that's what the irritated response was about. But it was really causing a lot of stress and upheaval for this energy, trying to take all of this on. And so the question really came like, why? Why are you trying to take all of this on when no one's even asked you to do it, but yet you feel a strong desire to take all of this on? And that's really kind of where the download ended. I was just confused as to why this masculine felt the need to take on so much. And no matter how others reasoned with them or flat out told them, hey, this isn't necessary, right? They became more insistent upon taking something on that was not necessary. So, from a symbolic standpoint, this could be someone today who resonates with this message that is very hell-bent, to use an old expression, on doing something a certain way that's not necessary. But they feel very energetically drawn, pulled, almost coerced by the energies to do something a certain way, even though it hurts, it's uncomfortable, it's creating issues, it's creating extra stress. Others are telling them they don't have to do it. But still, this energy feels driven by something. So we're going to pull some cards today to understand like what this is. Maybe we'll pull from clarifying. But there's something here driving this masculine energy. And I do pick up, this is a individual who is a member of the collectives. There's someone who wants to help, someone who does help quite a bit. They help a lot of people. But there's something imbalanced with the energy here associated with the way that they continue to help. Sometimes we pull from our own pocket. Sometimes we take our shirt off and give it to someone else. And other times we just simply can't because we don't have the shirt to give, or we don't have something to pull out of our own pocket. The question is, are you okay with that? Are you okay when you cannot do as much as you would like to, or maybe what you're normally able to do? Do you have the mindset and the understanding, the tolerance with yourself to pull back when necessary? That's what I was really picking up in the energy here. And then once again, I heard Middlefield or Middleville. Originally, I heard Michigan, but when I looked it up, evidently there's some small towns and villages in Ohio and in Michigan, and they're both so close. For those of you who don't know, Ohio is just beneath Michigan. There's actually a border at the southern part of Michigan where you can cross over into Ohio. So they're neighboring states. So it could be either of these places that at least one of the energies associated with today's message is from. So guys, with that being said, we're going to move over here into the second part of the video, and we're going to pull some energy on this message today and see if we can find out like what is driving this masculine and maybe understand a little bit more about what's going on here so we can know like how to help today. Maybe a message that could be supportive, a message that could be helpful with bringing some clarity around an adjustment that could be made, or how to better help in ways that aren't damaging to oneself, or maybe just what's driving this energy to kind of go at helping others in the ways that they are. So follow me over here into the second half of the video. I'm going to pull some cards and we're going to see what's going on with this. Definitely, if you're enjoying the message so far, please do like, share, and subscribe, and hit the all button. Guys, I will see you over in the second half of the video. Okay, guys, welcome back to the second half of the message. Let's just pull some energy here to see what's going on with this masculine energy, right? Maybe we can get a little information from Spirit on what is going on with the masculine, and then maybe some future tense energy or something helpful that they can do to help themselves with some of the way that maybe they're trying to assist or help that's burning them out. Interesting, guys. I saw a 9 of Swords or 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. But I'm seeing here, wow, more swords. I'm seeing here the 7 of Swords in the upright. And this has to do with the first question that I asked, which is, tell us a little bit more about this masculine and the way that they are helping. Something about what's going on here. So something in the energy, just side note, we have something here with Aquarius energy or an air sign on the table. Take the energy as it resonates. But there's something here with some sort of betrayal, deception, or getting away with something. Somebody acting strategically or trickery. That's interesting. Oh boy. Let's see. This is why we pull the cards, guys, to see like what is actually going on with these energies, because the download gives the general message and the imagery, but when we start going deeper and asking Spirit questions about this energy, we learn more. So let's talk a little bit about like what is going on here. What is it that we need to understand about this message? We have the King of Wands in the upright. Okay, we had a lot of cards come out here. Something is moving along rapidly. We have a lot of Wands energy here. 8 of Wands in the upright, fire sign energy. We have Earth and Virgo energy with the Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. You might be seeing 888 or 8888. That's interesting. Self-development is in the reverse. This is somebody who is not, something about the way they're working on something. They're not having a whole lot of results from whatever they're working on. We also have the King of Swords in reverse. More earth sign energy and also Gemini on the table. Might be something here with a misuse of power. And then we have the Empress in reverse. More earth sign energy. Somebody most certainly could be an earth sign. This masculine could be an earth sign. Somebody's dealing with some sort of creative block. Okay, lack of concentration, anxiety. The opposite of the Empress in the upright. Instead of like abundance and nurturing, it's like somebody's dealing with an energy or is in an energy that is the opposite of that. We have Temperance in reverse, guys. Wow. More fire sign on the table. Somebody's involved in some form of excess or imbalance. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Water sign in reverse. Somebody's very emotional, you know, dealing with a loss of creativity. Something about their intuition, not being in touch with that. Emptiness, lack of self-love. Wow. This is really interesting. Since we had so many cards come out, I'm just going to shuffle one more time here, guys, so we can see what message we need to take away from today's energy. So far we have the 8 of Swords, we have the King of Wands. Somebody is dealing with an energy of betrayal or is in an energy of betrayal and deception. Okay. This could be with oneself. And then what we need to take away from this, something about the Four of Pentacles, earth sign energy on the table, possibly a Capricorn. Something here about saving money, conservation. Somebody needs to be in a mindset of some sort of conservation or saving of something, or somebody might already be in that energy. Yeah, this is an energy. I'm going to pull a little bit more here just to get some clarity. Wow, we have Judgment on the table. So there's a couple of ways. Look at there's the Nine of Swords again. Page of Cups in reverse. Somebody either is doing something that is not on the up and up, if you know what I'm saying, in association with a group, an organization, and the way that they're handling things. Because I mentioned in the download that I saw the masculine engaging with some sort of donations or contributions by swapping something out, like they put their money in and then were getting monies from whomever had promised the donation or contribution. They were going to go get the money from them to reimburse themselves. And the person was asking them in the download why they were handling it that way, and they immediately got agitated. I mean, it was instant. It's like somebody, and then the way this is coming out, and then the cards that came out here a moment ago, it's like somebody is not handling things on the up and up. Why am I getting that energy? Because at first I was thinking, well, maybe somebody's betraying themselves by over assisting, over supporting, doing too much. But it could also be that someone who is helping out is actually being betrayed or being dealt with in a deceptive manner while they're helping. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really get an energy here that somebody is doing something weird with, like, the reason, maybe the intention or the reason behind why they're helping in the ways they are is not quite on the up and up. This is somebody who's like a natural leader type energy, okay? Somebody might be an entrepreneur. Somebody might be career focused. Yeah, somebody's in a position where they can make decisions on how certain things will be handled, but there's a reason why they're choosing to do it that way. This is what's concerning me, is this Seven of Swords energy on the table in the upright. If that hadn't come out first, I'd be like, And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Something here about scarcity. It's almost like giving me an energy like someone who's doing something a certain way because they're in a state of scarcity already. Let's go to clarifying, and then we're going to pull from the Witches, Green Witches deck. Let's go to clarifying and see if we can get a little more clarity. Spirit, give us some more clarity on the Seven of Swords. Give us some more. I don't know why I kept saying the Five of Swords. That's weird. 555 might be in your energy, or 5555. 5 days, 5 months, 5 years. Maybe somebody's been with an organization or been doing a task for 5 years, or something having to do with the number 5. But this is the Seven of Swords. Let's see what comes out here. Ignite creation. This one talks about harnessing innovation and fueling imagination, and witness manifestation as answers unfold in your journey of discovery. Somebody's getting ready to find something out, guys. Because this one talks about discovering something and answers unfolding. Let's see if there's any more information on this Seven of Swords here. This is really interesting because I'm really picking up on the betrayal energy. Oops, let's see, where did it go? Sculpture of self. shape the sculpture of self, honoring the perpetual act of forming and expressing identity. And do you see the duality here, guys? Somebody's got some kind of duality going on here with their behavior. I think somebody may be doing something that maybe others are not really clear why they're doing it, but there's some sort of intention that is getting ready to come out. Somebody is not understanding why someone is handling something a certain way, which is probably why in the download, the person that was watching, or the viewer that was watching this masculine do something weird with the donations, was confused by their behavior. It didn't seem in alignment with the task at hand. And then we have Sky of Clarity. Soar into the boundless sky of clarity, where insights are as infinite as the azure expanses. Yeah, something's about to become clear here with this energy, with this masculine. And it might even be, guys, that someone associated with this energy wants to be more clear on why this masculine is handling things in the way that they are. Let's go to King of Wands here and get more clarity on, like, oh, wow, Cavern of Secrets, Fantasyland. Make sure everyone involved is being realistic. Recovery, comeback. Find strength in healing. Somebody recovering from something? Stay in the flow. Surrender to the rhythm of life. Remaining open to opportunities and lessons, as they naturally unfold. Somebody's getting ready to learn a lesson about something, guys. There's something more to this than just, kind of what meets the eye here. It's not just a funny way that they're doing things. There seems to be, what I'm picking up, some reason why this masculine is handling things the way they are. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is the collective's member or not, but I mean, hey, the collectives is here, learning, growing. So maybe somebody is being warned to stop doing something a certain way because it's about to come out. There's going to be clarity on it. Free to move. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. And see this here, the King of Wands energy? This is somebody who's like a leader or natural leader. So somebody is definitely either in that position or being encouraged to think more like that or to move in that way. But there's something here about the world being wide open for this masculine's journey. But there's also something here about duality. So it feels like it's speaking to, the energy is speaking to somebody's freedom of choice or freedom to make decisions in a certain way. Let's get a little more clarity. Clarity on the King of Wands, please. Clarity on the King of Wands, please. Let's have it pop right out, Spirit. Clarity on the King of Wands. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, transform and rise. Your journey of transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. Free to move and transformation. All right, let's get a little more clarity. We're going to grab one more card on this. Somebody might be going through some form of metamorphosis or transformation. Yeah, somebody's being encouraged to get some advice. It's something about the way this masculine is moving that doesn't seem, because we got the swords here, either it's actually deceitful or some form of trickery or, betrayal or deception with oneself or with others, or they are giving that energy off by the way that they're handling themselves. Somebody's being encouraged to transform and to do things differently, and to also realize that they have freedom to move in a lot of different directions because they're in a leadership position, but something about the way that they're handling things is not in alignment with good leadership or good values associated with what they're doing. And they're being encouraged to seek counsel here Seek guidance with an open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. So somebody might have seen them, this masculine, doing something that struck them as strange or weird and spoke up, and the masculine got very defensive, like what I mentioned in the download. But they're being encouraged to like listen to others around them that they are engaged with, whatever these responsibilities are, whatever organization or group that they are in a leadership position with. They're being encouraged to get some advice on how to handle things. It could even be that this masculine is feeling overwhelmed with their responsibilities, and so they've gotten into some bad habits here with like how they're handling things, and others are beginning to notice it. So this could lead to them maybe losing their position or having some issues with the position they're in, but it's definitely stressing them out. So this is for the Four of Pentacles. We have thrive and believe. This one talks about embracing growth and trusting in promise. Keep an open mind. Answers reveal the path to fulfillment. Someone might like to garden, okay? Because we have some little green shoots coming out of the ground. This could be something that maybe they're starting to recognize during the springtime. Okay, something here about new beginnings and embracing them. Something about thriving and believing. Somebody's ambitious. I'm seeing that at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so thrive and believe. Let's get some clarity on that, Spirit. Thrive and believe. Let's get clarity on that. Clarity on thrive and believe in relation to what this masculine energy might need to do. Shifts or changes associated with this masculine. Looks like somebody is about to learn a lesson here or is about to hit a tower if they continue down a certain path. So yeah, we have heart's desire. Sing along to your heart's song, for it knows what you truly want. Okay. We have river of release. Drifting along the river of release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. Yeah, somebody is being encouraged to really focus on their heart's desire. Like maybe the original reason, why they got into this in the first place. Sometimes we get into something and we're in a position that we've really been longing for. It's a great manifestation. And we're so focused on like what that position or manifestation means to us, like how am I trying to word this? We're so focused on what we believe the value of that position, that title is, that we forget really the real reason why we were motivated towards it in the first place, especially if it has to do with our creativity, a desire to engage with skills or gifts associated with, our life's purpose and what we're here to do. We can forget that and just kind of get caught up in the title or the fact that we're a leader or we're in a position of power and forget the reason why we wanted to be in that position in the first place. So it's almost like someone is being reminded, to conserve on their energies and really look at why they went into this position in the first place, understanding what that real root desire was, and then release anything that's not in alignment with that, because it might be driving their behavior at this time. And there's a lot of burdens associated maybe with this position or maybe the way that they're handling it. It's feeling like a Seven of Swords type energy because of the way they've been handling this. And they're being encouraged, whomever this resonates with, to handle this in a different way. And look at this. This masculine is being encouraged to be open to receive. Invite abundance with open arms. Embrace the blessings waiting to flow into your life. So there's abundance and blessings and really good things that could come from them being in this position, but there's something about the way it's being handled. Something here about flow, and being open to abundance. Something here might be blocking that abundance off and creating stress and burden instead of what the position is supposed to do. Because I definitely am picking up on that leadership position. Okay, guys, we're just going to grab a few cards out of here and just see if Spirit has any recommendations for this masculine. You know, I saw a card flipped. Oh, there's a few. Yeah, flames of passion, adapt to transform, commit to the journey. Yeah, somebody's being asked to engage with transformation and really commit to the journey. Something about the way that this masculine is handling things, guys. It's like they're not committing to the actual journey. It's like something very surface going on here. Like they're just trying to scrape by getting things done because something is feeling heavy and like a burden. So something about the way that this position is being handled, they're not getting the full like sense of it. They're not getting the full reward, what they could truly be feeling from engaging with this in a way that is like in alignment with why they were seeking this position in the first place. Something really strong about that coming through in the energy. We're going to go to Green Witches and just see if we can get any closing energy here. Just any advice or supportive information, anything to assist this masculine with whatever this issue is they're dealing with. But it sounds like there's some things they definitely, I mean, if you resonate with this energy, and you're a person that, you know, resonates with this story, if you are someone that has been handling things kind of in a weird way, like with a position, because you're just like, there's a lot involved with the position and you're feeling overwhelmed, there's encouragement here, strong encouragement to stop looking at things in the way that you are and, you know, take a moment and return to the reason why you wanted this job, this position with this group, organization, whatever, and understand like that root passion that drew you in the first place. Return to that. It's time for a transformation. As a matter of fact, the card states transform and rise. So something here is feeling like a burden. It's weighing you down when it shouldn't be doing that. It wasn't the original purpose for why ever, you know, for what, why ever. What am I trying to say? Guys, somebody might be feeling tongue-tied or having a hard time with words because I was not having that energy until I, you know, got into this part of the reading. So, whatever drew you to this in the first place, you're being encouraged to really go back to that root feeling that you wanted to feel. Something off here with the energy. Somebody is not tapped into that root passion. And I see a lot of reminders here to really tap back in. So let's see what we've got here. Cauldron. Yeah, creation, opportunity, and caring. Look at this. So we have the Cauldron card. Somebody had a opportunity to do something with their creativity or to activate some creative part of themselves by working with this opportunity. Okay. And it was a creation thing. So maybe you helped create the way processes worked with this group or organization. Maybe you were someone who helped create a way of doing things and you're very proud of it. Something about creation and opportunity. And it's definitely, I'm picking up an organization that helps to care for the needs of others. So this could be like a spiritual thing. This could be like, I don't know, like a nonprofit type thing. Something that takes donations and contributions. Yeah, we have the Moth card. Mystery, concealment, and illusion. That's interesting. Somebody might be trying to conceal something. Now is really trying to get closing out energy here, guys, and we're still getting more information on like what's going on here. Somebody might have taken an opportunity to conceal something. Yeah, we have the rain card was in reverse. Cleansing, purification, and hydration. Somebody tried to conceal something. This was in reverse, so let me place this here. Somebody tried to conceal something. Huh. Somebody tried to like clear something or purify something. That's interesting. We have mushroom in reverse. Recycling, breaking down problems. Somebody was not successful hiding the origin of something. This is not looking good, guys. This is looking like this might be a warning message because I'm asking, what can we take away? And I'm getting more warnings. It's going to come out. If somebody's been doing something inappropriate with funds associated with donations and contributions for some sort of group or organization, this is about to come out. There's going to be clarity on it. Somebody's being encouraged to get some advice. Who knows? That might be legal advice. I don't know, guys. Somebody might need to take some advice if somebody's told them to stop doing something. But somebody tried to create a concealment or an illusion around what they were doing, and it didn't make it go away. And then we have the recycling and breaking down problems. It's in reverse. This problem is still present. That's what Spirit is telling me. Then we have the B card in reverse. Look at this, guys. Wow. Community, cooperation, and sweetness. There's community, guys. Somebody's done this in a community. It looks like somebody's like doing something dishonest with the contributions in a community. Yikes. This is a warning message. Time, presence, and self-awareness. Look at this. Somebody needs to be self-aware. If you resonate with today's message, look at this. So, planning, setting intentions, and optimism. These are seeds being sown. If you are someone who is involved in something where money is associated with a nonprofit, a spiritual group or an organization that helps others, because that came up in the energy. If you are involved with a group like that and you are doing something that is not above the board with the monies, okay, even if you're not stealing them or taking them, but it's just not the way it's supposed to be processed. Like maybe it's to evade, paying, taxes or whatever. Somebody, and listen, whatever you do is your business. I'm just reading the cards. Somebody is doing something and someone else is observing it. I think that's the point. It's not just what the masculine is doing, it's the fact that someone's observing the masculine. The masculine is doing something and others are seeing it. And there's going to be clarity about what's happening. So what that tells me is whatever duality situation this is, it's about to come out. So this is a warning, for either whomever is involved with this energy, or this could be somebody on the world scene that is ripping off an organization and this is going to come out in the media. This could also be, a situation where collective members is observing something and has kind of put out like an energetic SOS that I was able to pick up on and seeing from the viewer side of things what is happening here. Either way you slice it, somebody needs to stop doing something because it's going to come out, and they're being encouraged, to tap into some self-awareness here. Somebody is not very self-aware or, feels like others around them are not very aware of what they're doing. A lot here about clarity too. We have the thyme plant, and we have messages in here about clarity and things coming into a clear view. So eventually this is going to come out, whatever this is. So if this is a world scene type situation, like a player on the world scene involved with a very large corporation, company, nonprofit, whatever, you might be seeing some sort of scandal coming out about somebody doing something weird with the monies. That wouldn't be new, right? We see so much of that. That's so sad to say, but it wouldn't be new. But if this is something like having to do with the collectives or energies that are coming up, this is definitely a timeline where karma is like, boom, it's coming straight through. So depending on like what kind of seeds you're sowing, that energy could show back up as a tower at any moment. So somebody might also be getting a warning about what kind of seeds they're sowing and how that might be showing up in their energy, or how it is about to show up in their energy. So we had a lot of swords energy, so something's getting like cut through and revealed. So please do keep that in mind. And if you're not sure about how to do something and you've moved into, a position that you've been working on manifesting, and say it's just due to error, not understanding, and instead of asking, you're just trying to figure out a way to kind of move through it and you're not sure if it's right, there is information here on the table today about seeking advice, getting clarity on the best way to handle something so you don't create issues for yourself inadvertently just because it looks like you're in this energy, but really you just don't know what you're doing. Okay? So seek counsel, seek advice, think about the root reason why you got into that position in the first place and honor that energy. Things that don't honor that energy, it's time to sit down and really think about why you're handling it in that way. So guys, I'm going to go on ahead and close the reading out there. I hope this was helpful to someone today. And definitely, feel free to email me. My email is in the description. Please do like, share, subscribe if you're enjoying the messages and the energy here at the Ora-gen Channel. And definitely you're more likely by doing that to hear more messages associated with energies that you are dealing with, guys. So there's an energetic connection there that happens when you do that. So I hope all of you are having a most excellent day, and I definitely thank you for being here with me for the reading. Once again, my name is Ora-gen, guys, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. Love and light to you.